Okay, this is Evan, the third host, and here's my review of the Snyderverse Justice League Cut. I jump with that title, but you know what I mean. So besides the soundtrack choices, which were weird, and besides the slow motion, the Zack Snyder filmmaking techniques are a little passe at this point, and they don't really land like that anymore. And besides the being self-indulgent, this is the best DCEU movie that there has ever been, without a doubt. If you would have taken out the slow motion and the score, well, mainly the slow motion and some of the weirdness, you probably could have shaved 45 minutes to an hour off of this film, although this only happened in the first hour, the first act of the movie. But other than that, it was a great film. The tone was exactly where it should have been. Now, I should say that this is because of the reaction from the 2017 theatrical cut of this movie. So everything I say is based off of the comparison between those two, because how can you not do that? So the tone in that movie that came out in theaters was definitely a bit of a mess and a bit jumbled. This one solved all of those problems in a very canny way. Like Batman was always off in the first movie, but here he's the best Batman that we've ever seen. He made weird jokes in the first one, and this one he's kind of sarcastic and kind of dry, which he should be. It seemed like Joss Whedon just didn't like Batman for some reason, or maybe he didn't like Ben Affleck. But this movie was the best Batman I've ever seen. And the only person who made jokes and quips in this movie was actually the Flash, which is what it should be in this type of movie. So the tone is where it should be. The action scenes were good. It was 4 hours and 2 minutes. And like I said, they could have shaved off at least 45 minutes of it. But I do think that it was done very well. And could this 4-hour movie have been in theaters? No. Could they have broken in two? Possibly. But there wasn't like a really good break at a halfway point though. But it's a great movie. I highly recommend you see it. And what I hate about it is it leads me to believe and want to see more of the Snyderverse it could have been. Because if this movie was executed in the manner that it should have been, it does definitely lead into a lot more options for a movie in that film series. So I definitely missed that part of it, and I regret the fact that we'll never see that. But in terms of Drunk Iron Man votes, and I'm still kind of high off of the movie right now, so it's going to be a little bit higher than what it might be down the line. But as of right now, I'll get about 8.5 Drunk Iron Mans. So okay, so that's my review of that. We'll see you next time.